this is Sharon from Sharon's Inky Fingers. We're back with another video. I haven't done one in quite some time, but I wanted to share with you the October paper pumpkin. It's probably one of my favorite ones that we've gotten. This month it was a flower one. It was called Blissful Bouquet, and it came in a pretty pink box for breast cancer. This was a percentage of everyone that they sold went to breast cancer. This is the instructions that came with it, and you got the makings for 3 3.5 by 4 cards, 3 3 by 3 cards, and 3 5.5 by 4 1/4 cards. Well, using items from the stamps, from the stuff that I got, and a little bit of extra cardstock, I ended up making 4 3 by 3s. I went ahead and just did the 3 3.5 by 4, and I made 8 standard cards, the 5.5 by 4 1/4. So let me show you the cards that I made, and we're going to make one card. So these are the 3 by 3. This was actually a big circle that I just took my hole punch and punched a small one out. I used a black, a pearl that I colored black. The thanks came from Endless Thanks stamp set. This one, everything in this, except for the ribbon, was in the kit. And of course the markers that I used to color the leaves and the flowers with. This was some Calypso Coral twine that I had. It is retired. I think it's retired. And here, this is another one. And I stamped these on some of the watercolor paper that came with it and cut them out. But everything else, except for the twine, was in the kit. So really, you don't need a lot of extra supplies for those 3. The next size are the 3 that I made. Again, this is the one that they show you how to make in the instructions. So I did make that one. The only difference is I stamped these little flowers in the background, and in their instructions they did not. If you can see it here. So that was that one. And then this was a green panel that they included, so I put it there. I had some of this twine. Again, it's a retired twine that I put on there. I used my white chalk pen to go around the edges with the little dots. Same thing with this one. This was a big circle that they included in the ingredients. This twine is, you got this in the kit. The very vanilla. I used my chalk again on the background, and I did this paper right here, the green paper. It's Old Olive. It was some of mine. It did not come in the kit, but everything else did. So those are those 3. Okay, these are the 8 that I did. This is the one that comes in with the directions, shows you how to do it. Only difference was they had taken this twine and looped it as a circle, and I just did it a little bit different. But everything else is the same, except for with this kit you got some little gold leaves and things, and they little embellishments. They wanted you to put it on here. I did, but I didn't like them, so I took them off. They were just a little bit, I don't know, they didn't add a whole lot, I didn't think, so I didn't use them. So anyway, that's that card. This one, I stamped and watercolored all the background flowers. I used 2 pearls that I colored black. You're the Best comes from the watercolor words. I love this stamp set. If you don't have it, it's a great one. It's in the annual catalog. So that's that one. Here are these gold accents. I used them on this one. Did a pearl. This is cut out of the watercolor paper, which this is the watercolor paper that comes in the kit. It's this panel right here. So I used one of them just to cut different, punch some flowers out, or stamp them and cut them out. Again, I used the You're the Best from Watercolor Words. And this gray paper was some that I had. Here's the next one I did. Pretty simple. Just used my own gray paper and put a piece of crushed curry on top of it and stamp flower background. This one, just a white background, and I used wild wasabi on this one. Okay, here's a simple one that's got the little accents there right down here, and then I just put the little piece of twine on top of it. One thing I like, this paper does not have the black outline on them, but the stamp set that you get with the kit has where you can stamp the outline on the flowers themselves. I'll be showing you the stamps. Okay, here's another one. I used the accent on right here, and this is punched out of a piece of this watercolor paper. See, I've just put a little strip there, and on some of the blank pieces from this, I was able to get some circles to put in the middle of my flowers. I watercolored my flowers. Okay, here's one with the watercolor panel, and again, I was able to stamp and cut out some of these two flowers. These are actually cut out of crushed curry and calypso coral. And actually, this is the envelope. One of the envelopes. These are the color envelopes that came with it. The crumb cake, or Sahara sand, I think. The crushed curry and the calypso coral. So you got enough envelopes for all of them, but I took one of them and cut apart so that I got this flower out of it. What else did I get? That's cardstock. Anyway, I got several. Oh, this came from the envelope panel. In fact, I'm just noticing. No, I guess it's just one layer. But there's, anyway, several different elements that I used. This one is another one. There's a piece I put underneath there that I cut out. So I tried to use all the elements. And so anyway, I'll stamp one of the cards. I used up all the, that's one, I don't want to stamp on this one. This is a finished one. So I used up the 3 cards, so I took a white piece from the heavy duty white cardstock. These are the stamps. Okay, you get thinking of you, thanks, congrats, the flowers, leaves, little bitty flowers, and this branch of leaves. I wanted to do thank you cards for my stamp club. So if you're in my stamp club, you're getting a quick preview here. So I have already, I punched this out from some Calypso Coral cardstock using the decorative label punch I'm going to put on the card. But first we're going to stamp the leaf. And I'm using the Archival Basic Black. I love this black. And it's not a spongy one, so you pretty much have to get down there and get some ink on it. So I'm going to stamp several of these leaves on here, different sizes. I'll stamp one up here and one going this way, one over here. My fingers are in the way, I think. And how about one right here? Okay, so that's that. And then what I'm going to do is to color those. I'm going to smush some ink into this Old Olive stamp pad, leave it open, and use my aqua pen, which is Sing Better Days, but I want a little bit of water on it. Here's some. And just going to pick up some of this green and just go in there and barrel it. This is not watercolor paper, so I don't want to put a whole lot of water on it. But I'm just going to go in there, and I want it to have that watercolored look, so if they're not all filled in, it doesn't really matter. But just real quickly, you're going to just color in these leaves. Doesn't take very long. While I'm doing this, I'll tell you, I brought Sonny home from the hospital today. I overslept, I set my alarm, but forgot to turn it on. So when I woke up at 9:15, I thought, oops, I need to get on so I can go pick him up. He had his surgery yesterday, and halfway over there, he called me. He said, hurry up and get here. I'm ready to come home. And he was ready. When I got there, the only thing that was lacking was the physical. We were waiting for physical therapists to come. And they came in and showed him how to do the steps and walked him down the hall and had him do a few exercises. And while he was doing that, I've got a good friend that's in the hospital. I went to visit her and came back, and he was ready to go. We got home probably about 11:30. I fixed lunch for him, and he's happy as a clam. His surgery went real well, but he was ready to be home. So this thanks is going to go on top of here, and I'm going to use a couple of dimensionals. And you get this pack of dimensionals also when you with your paper pumpkin. So I'm going to just put this on here. Take the backs off, which again is the hardest part to do, I think. And put it on right there. And simple, it's done. So hope you enjoyed these projects, and we'll subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. Bye bye.